What's goody, Frye gang? I decided to come back from my little content break a little early because I saw a tweet that I felt passionately about, that I really wanted to talk about, because this really is overshadowed, and it does get on my nerves, because this is something I've been talking about for a while that people aren't really the biggest fan of. But I saw this tweet. That said, okay, first of all, I'm going to read the tweet it was quoting and then the original tweet. So the tweet that was quoted says, "Some of y'all don't even like Marina as a character. You just like her because of Pearlina, and it's obvious. Send tweet." And then the quote retweet that I saw was, "I've been screaming this. It's a problem with every character in this series, and Pearlina feels the most offensive when Marina has the most lore out of all the characters, yet people can't seem to separate Pearl from the discussion." And they attached an image of them also saying, "I never really realized it till now how like 90% of the discussion on any character is about shipping and nothing else. Marina has so much lore, but all people talk about is Pearlina. Deep Cut can't seem to get much discussion done without mentioning Polycut or Shivrai." And before I continue on, that's just disturbing. Polycut, where all three of them are shipped together? First of all, how would that even work with Big Man being a stingray? Wouldn't that just be bestiality? Because even still it would be bestiality just between Frye and Shiver, because they're two different species. Octopus and squid, even though they're closely related, they're not the same species. Just like a human fucking a gorilla. That's still wrong. What? Okay, let me not think too far to the logical side of this. But I agree with this, bro. Y'all already know I'm a big time Pearlina hater. I really don't like Pearlina in any way, and I've said already in a whole video dedicated to it, the Marina video, what's the deal with Marina video. And originally I was going to just have this be a regular video, but I might as well make it a what's the deal with Pearlina video, since I want to talk about Pearlina, so I might as fucking well make it what's the deal with video. But I made an entire video on what's her name, Marina, and about how her entire character, she was basically shafted. Like, her entire character is just overlooked. She's been flanderized down to the point of just being horny for Pearl. Like, her entire character now, or at least all people see her for, is how much she wants to be with Pearl, how much she loves Pearl and flirts with Pearl and this and that, Pearl this, Pearl that. They reduce her entire character and personality down to Pearl, and that's it. And no one talks about any of her accomplishments of herself at all. And it's really annoying. And there was another quote retweet. I know there's a lot of tweets, but a lot of them are like helping explain my points and like how I feel. There was another quote quoting the original one that said, "I'll be honest, I think the only group..." Okay, before I continue this, I had a stroke trying to read this quote. I can't tell if this person is dyslexic or if I'm secretly dyslexic, but it's so hard to read. "I'll be honest, I think the only group that the fans / Nintendo managed to talk as a lone character are Squid Sisters, mainly due to Splatoon 2. Deep Cut are seriously left there, while Off the Hook, while tries to work with Marina or Pearl alone, ends up always to be seen as couple material." Now, I think I know what it's trying to say. Like, no matter how much you try to separate Pearl and Marina from each other, they'll always still just be seen as Pearlina. And this reply that responded to it, I resonate with a lot. It says, "You're so right though, because honestly for me, Side Order kind of lowered my enjoyment of Off the Hook, because I felt like it didn't really treat them as their own separate characters as much as Octo Expansion did. Similarly, I feel the fandom boils them down to their relationship too often, but that's just me." And there was one final one that I wanted to talk about, responding to the original one as well, saying, "I honestly ended up disliking Marina a lot because of the Pearlina aspect of her character until I played Octo Expansion, which made me respect her a bit more as her own character after diving into her backstory, but then Side Order reinforced her fangirl personality again, making me shake my head." And before I continue, holy shit, can people please just use punctuation? There is not a single comma or period anywhere in this entire sentence. Holy hell. God, tweets are, especially one of them from earlier, like, it's so hard to read massive walls of text when people put no punctuation. Put a comma in somewhere. It's so hard to tell when a statement starts and which one stops. It's so irritating. But that's just me being anal about grammar and shit, like I always am. But yeah, I can't stand Pearlina, and that's one of the big reasons, is because it just completely reduces the characters down to just being a couple with each other. It completely overshadows all of the backstory and lore that Pearl and Marina have separately. Like Marina herself, she even has more backstory than Pearl. Yet she's the one who gets the short end of the stick, because she's always the one like, oh my god, gushing over Pearl, and that's all people talk about. And Side Order didn't fucking help with that at all, because like 80% of the goddamn elevator dialogue is just her flirting with Pearl. Okay, like we could have gotten more, like no one really cared about the Dev Diaries, because they're just so focused on the damn flirting between Pearl and Marina in the elevator. And then if they did pay attention to the Dev Diaries, then people are shipping fucking Deadfish and Marina together, which I already made a video on that. Go watch the last one. But it really is frustrating, and I can imagine for the developers too that it would be frustrating putting all this like time into building her backstory just for it to be completely ignored because, oh my god, lesbians. Like, shut the hell up. Damn. Characters can't have shit anymore, and characters can't just be platonic anymore. I'm not talking about Pearlina in general, like specifically, but just in general. All right, characters just can't be platonic. Everything has to be a romantic shit. Why are people so obsessed with the sexual lives of fictional characters? All right, get a job. You have school tomorrow. Go to bed. Do your homework. Do something. Holy shit. But just there's nothing to, and that's why in my video about Marina I said like she's boring. There's nothing to her, because all people talk about is Pearlina and like reducing her down to just chasing after Pearl. Like, Marina has a ton of badass lore, all right? She was a high-ranking official in the Octarian army. She built all the shifty stations. She built the fucking Memverse to help unsanitize all of the Octarians in there. Like, she's done so much cool shit. She might even be more accomplished than any other character. She might be like the single most accomplished character in the entire series, building all of this shit, accomplishing all of this cool shit that no other character would even be able to come close to doing. But no one knows about that because everyone only talks about fucking Pearlina, and that is it. Whenever it comes to, like, you cannot talk about Pearl or Marina separately or together without a mention of Pearlina coming up once. Not a single fucking time. Try to talk about Pearl and Marina just like off the hook or just them separately. Eventually at some point someone's gonna bring up Pearlina, and it's so frustrating. And what's even worse is that if you outright like come out and say that you don't like Pearlina for whatever reason, people would get so upset. People will like attack you because you don't like Pearlina. Like, oh, are you homophobic because you don't like lesbians? Like, I swear they'll pull any excuse they can to make you look like a bad person for not liking Pearlina. Like, the amount of comments I've gotten and just people like insults that I've gotten just because I've said I don't like Pearlina. And in that Marina video, bro, it's insane. It's fucking insane. You can't talk about any of these characters without them shipping together. Like, even like we saw earlier, even with Deep Cut, people are shipping them together. At least Shiver and Frye, the stupid Shiv Frye shit. Like, why can't characters just be platonic anymore? Why does everything have to be a romantic relationship? And it's so funny. It's sometimes it's the people who swear up and down that they don't like romance. They're not into all that romantic shit, but they're the biggest shippers. Like, make up your mind. Choose a struggle. Are you romantic or are you not? It makes no sense. But like even with Shiver and Frye, people will like ship them together. And on one hand, there was a reply to one of the tweets that I don't feel like looking for right now, saying like a lot of the lore and backstory for in the Splatoon series is kind of hidden that you have to go out of your way to finding. So like on the surface level in the games, there's not really much to go off of for the characters, especially Deep Cut. We know like nothing about them, so there's not really anything to do but ship them, which I mean, I guess I can kind of understand, but at the same time, come on, why can't you ship them just being friends? Why do they have to be romantically into each other? That's just weird. And it seems like that's with every character. Everybody is shipping every character with everyone. Off the Hook can't get away because Pearlina. Deep Cut can't get away because of fucking Frye, which sounds stupid by the way. Deadfish can't get away because now she's being shipped with fucking Marina. People are shipping fucking DJ Octavio and Captain Cuttlefish. Okay, it's only a matter of time before someone ships Mr. Grizz and Commander Tartar. I would not be surprised if that existed already. But it seems like the only characters that aren't being shipped is Kelly and Marie, and that is only because they are related. That's the only reason. If they weren't related, they would be shipped to hell and back too. And hell, people still are shipping them together, which is really fucking weird since they're cousins. Okay, now I mean, yeah, they're not actually sisters, but still blood related, so that's kind of weird. But people don't fucking care. People will do anything to get their ships. And like, there's nothing inherently wrong with shipping in general. Okay, I'm not a fan of shipping at all, as most of you may know. There's nothing wrong with shipping. People can ship whoever they want. But where it becomes a problem is trying to push that ship off as canon and make it seem like it's actually real. That's what the developers intended. The ship is actually real. It is canon. And just being so overly obnoxious about it and pushing it in everyone's faces. Okay, that's where it becomes an issue. And side order really didn't help with Marina's case, because all it did was reinforce Pearlina and make the Pearlina shippers and believers even more annoying about it. Like, see, look, it's confirmed. They're actually together. Pearlina is canon. No, it's not canon. Okay, yeah, sure, there's a lot of evidence to support that it is, but I refuse to believe that Pearlina is canon unless it's like confirmed somehow. Okay, just because they're flirting with each other does not mean that it's canon. Marina could just have a crush on Pearl and Pearl's entertaining it. All right, a crush does not equal a relationship. So I still don't like Pearlina, and I'm not going to believe it's canon just because of side order. And I don't know, it's really sad because Marina really is a cool character, and the sad thing is, like, I don't like Marina now. Like before, I loved Marina. She was great, amazing character. I liked her a lot more than Pearl, and now it's like a 180. I fucking love Pearl, and I'm not really a big fan of Marina, mainly because her character just got wiped and replaced with a oh my god Pearl personality. Her entire personality is just how obsessed she is with Pearl, and like nothing else to it. And side order definitely did nothing to help with that, if not make it worse. So it's really annoying. And like Pearlina in general, because everywhere you go, you just can't escape it. Every conversation, there's always Pearlina. If there's a conversation about characters, Pearlina is always brought up. Shipping, Pearlina. Pearl, Pearlina. Marina, Pearlina. Like, it's every fucking where. I'm so tired of seeing Pearlina every goddamn where. I just want to talk about the characters without talking about how they want to make out with each other. Oh, it's so frustrating. But I've gone on for long enough. I can rant so much longer about this, but it's really sad to see Pearl and Marina reduced down to just oh my god Pearlina. More so Marina, but even Pearl, she also has some pretty cool backstory, like how she lost to, what was it, like a Squid Youth singing competition or something like that. I think she lost it to Callie and Marie, if I remember correctly. And she lost it because her voice was so strong she broke the equipment. I don't think a lot of people know that. And that's because it's so overshadowed by Pearlina. It's more so on Marina's side that everyone talks about it, and less Pearl, because Pearl's less, I guess, outward with her feelings towards Marina. But like, it's very apparent with Marina. Her entire personality is how much she loves Pearl and how obsessed she is with Pearl. Even whatever that, like, I know y'all heard about it before, and apparently there was this like Japanese only like web comic about Pearl and Marina called Pearl Sensei, or whatever that whole thing was about. I don't believe that. That might have just been a developer just writing a fan fiction about them, and they just decided not to add it into the game for obvious fucking reasons. I don't know. But yeah, it's so sad how Pearl and Marina, mainly Marina, are just flanderized down to their shipping, and how Pearlina is canon, how they're so cute together, lesbians this, lesbians that. Oh my god, I love lesbians. Like, holy shit, it's so irritating to see. But I don't know, this video gonna be pretty controversial, but I don't care. I just spoke how I felt, and I know a lot of people feel the same way. I'm just saying what everyone's thinking. But that's about it. See you next mission. Play some goddamn Splatty.